everyone, welcome to Mortal Kombat Trashing the Lab Sub-Zero Basics. I am Jeff, A-Tech Kid, or Tam River, whatever you want to call me, and I am doing the basics of Sub-Zero. Now, Sub-Zero is one of the original Mortal Kombat characters. I personally think he's best for his zoning capabilities and pressure. That looks pretty cool. So I'm just going to go over the basics of Sub-Zero first, to not waste time. Let's see. Sub-Zero's most famous move is his Ice Ball. Quarter circle forward, 3. Quarter circle forward, 3 for the Ice Ball. Don't do it twice because luckily it doesn't freeze you, but it does crappy damage. Another one of his moves is his Ice Slide, which is back forward 4. Back forward 4 for his Ice Slide. Hitting low. Another one of his special moves is his quarterback circle 1, his Ice Clone. Now this could be used in many ways to clone. That's my Thriller pose. Looks good, right? Thriller! His dancing Sub-Zero pose. And his last really known special move is his Ice Beam on the ground, which is quarterback circle 3. Freezes the character on the ground and leads into other stuff. Those are his really main special moves. If I'm missing anything, I'll add it up later. Anyways, now Sub-Zero has a few strings that I'm gonna go over that are really beneficial. Oh, if you want to know the EX one, the notable EX one that he has is, let's throw this. Okay, so is his Ice Beam, which is long range, and it has a long distance of freeze, so it gives you a lot of time for you to combo into something. Now his other one is his Ice Slide, which is pushes the character back. So some people like to do the the Ice Clone, and then you do this, and you go, whoa, totally mistimed this. Oop, no. Some people like to do this. Oh, what am I doing? Hold on, I gotta get the position right. I'm not the one that ever does this. Yeah! Position. Some people like to position it, like you can actually mess around with this. Position it, you're safe by it, and then you can also hit people into it. The guy should be in front of it. And your timing has to be really precise too. I usually don't do that, so ignore that. If you can play around with this. Some people like to do it. I personally don't. Okay, now we're gonna take a look at his basic strings, his normal hits. Now Sub-Zero has some really good ones because he has the 2-2 or the 2-2-2. 2-2-2. Yeah, he has a 2-2 or the 2-2-2. Now 2-2 is a great anti-air. This is one of the best anti-air ones because if the character is jumping at you, you can 2-2 him out of the air relatively easy. 2-2-2 on the other hand, the last hit is an overhead, so if the character likes to block low a lot, you can 2-2-2 and that will catch him, hitting him overhead. So they have to be blocking high for that. So I'm chewing ice. Sorry. Okay. So those are really good pressure moves that you can do with Sub-Zero. Now, 2-2 actually leads into Ice Ball. 2-2 Ice Ball leads in, you can do other stuff after that, which I'll go over later. Another one of his chains is his back 1-2-1. Once again, back 1-2. Let's just stay with back 1-2 because that's more common. Back 1-2. Second hit is a overhead again. Once again, so the character has to be blocking high. Otherwise, you can easily hit him. So back 1-2 actually links into a freeze as well. So that's actually already one overhead move of Sub-Zero that links into one of his freezes. So it gives him a really good advantage because characters have to be blocking. They either have to be fuzzy blocking, which, fuzzy blocking, or they have to be blocking high. I don't know what the hell that was doing that for. Anyways, yeah, so Sub-Zero so far has two really good strings until linking Ice Ball is his 2-2 Ice Ball or his back 1-2 Ice Ball. And both of them are really useful in real life games. Now another string that I really like with him is this is forward 4. Sorry, forward 4. This forward 4 actually hits overhead as well. So actually, if you notice, Sub-Zero has a lot of overheads. His forward 4 links into Ice Ball. So once again, characters have to be blocking. Let's just set him as always blocking, and he's crouching. Characters have to be blocking high, otherwise that connect. I'm sorry. Otherwise, it links into combo opportunities for Sub-Zero. Oh, what happened there? Okay. Same with the back one too. Second hit, first hit whiffs, second hit connects, still freezes, and you know, it's in the combo. Same with 2-2. Decide to 2-2-2. If 2-2-2-3, that doesn't link into Ice Ball, but that will whiff. So don't do that. 2-2 will whiff. So you have to do the overheads if they're constantly blocking low. Now you're asking, well, what if the components is always constantly blocking high? Or you know, just blocking high and normal, because characters aren't going to be blocking low consistently. There are some players that do block low a lot, and that's a fuzzy block right here, by the way. And you could easily punish them by going over with the overheads. Now, if the characters are blocking low, there are also other methods to pressure him, and that will be his slide. I like to use the slide a lot because the characters are always blocking high. So you know you're going in, and you're like, oh, and he's like, no, he's like, he's not taking any of this. No, you can keep pressure on him by going low. Now, normally when you get close to him, it's actually like a 50-50 approach with Sub-Zero, because when you're up here, you can either go high, you can go low. Like if they're blocking low, you can easily just go boom and freeze. But if they're blocking high, you can actually pressure in with ice slides a lot. You see with some grabs. You have a safe jump going in. Actually just mix up. There's a lot of good mix-ups that you can go Sub-Zero. You can go for trips, go for lows. Because after Sub-Zero slide is so fast, you can actually punish the character a lot if they consistently block high and they don't fuzzy block. Now you can also punish with the ice freeze, because if they're consistently blocking, hit them with the ice freeze, and that would also get you into a good combo opportunity. Now, because characters, you know, I just said before, they're not always going to block high, they're not always going to block low, so so you really have to read your opponent. Now, Sub-Zero it's really good in terms of zoning your opponent out, keeping him at a distance, and also, even when you get in there, he has really good mix-ups. And it's really hard to read Sub-Zero sometimes, because his ice slide is so fast. In terms of full screen, you can always do a full screen punish almost. Like if you ever hit a person with the freeze and he trades with you, you can majority punish from like full screen. Like if I just randomly catch you with a freeze, you can hit him with a slide. It's a free slide no matter what. So Sub-Zero is really good in that terms. And if the characters like to block low a lot, you can do easily overhead freeze. If the character likes to block low a lot, punish with slides. Punish with slides, punish with throws. To force the opponent not to block high. Not to block high. Now, if the opponent can't block high and they're afraid to block low, they really have to switch up their block. So unless they know how to fuzzy block, when you're playing against casual players or playing against normal players, the majority of times they're not going to be fuzzy blocking, so it's easy for you to punish. Now, what if you are playing against a person that's a higher level and he knows how to fuzzy block? Then that's where your game has to step up a bit, and you have to do more mix-ups. And you actually have to, in terms of footsies, you have to outplay him. You have to outplay him in terms of mix-ups. You have to trick him. You have to pretend you're doing something, forcing him to block high or low, or forcing him to do something, and then punishing it. Now, after going over his basic moves, his basic combos, what he can do in terms of punishes, I'm going to go over some of his basic strings to punish. Now, as I said before, in any times, you can always do 2-2 Ice Ball, you can 4-4 Ice Ball as a punish, then you can do back 2 Ice Ball as a punish. But there are also other ways that you can just punish for damage if you're not sure. Slide is one of the best ones. As I said, if you freeze him from half screen or get him from anywhere across the screen, slide will always be depends on timing. If you get knocked down, then you actually have to watch it. But once you get used to playing Sub-Zero, you'll know the timing of it. You can know when you can actually punish with the slide, and what moves you can punish with the slide. Another one is his 1-2-4. Oh, sorry, back 1-2-4. that is actually a really random mix-up to 1-2. Good, because normally this is not ideal for combo starters because you don't get that much damage, but it's actually a really good mix-up as well because it goes high and it goes low, so characters have to be fuzzy blocking. Normally, no one does this one in real games, so it doesn't matter. Okay, now in terms of punish moves, a lot of people like to do 2-1-4. 2-1-4 is actually one of the most major punishes with Sub-Zero, probably because it pushes him into a distance. 2-1-2 on the other hand doesn't push him as far. It does push him pretty good. People do 2-1-2 slide. So I'm going to go over these two, because these are two of the main common ones that are used in Sub-Zero combos and also in his punishes. Now, this used to be the original one. I believe a lot of people used to do this one. It's 2-1-2 slide. Also works with 2-1-2 X-ray, or anywhere in between. For high damage, that was 39%. X-ray doesn't scale for Sub-Zero, I believe. Another one that recently people have been using is 2-1-2-4. Sorry, 2-1-4. 2-1-4. Probably because it carries the distance of the character a lot farther, so you can actually push him into the corner. Because when you're playing Sub-Zero, a lot of people like to do this one because it pushes the character into the corner. And in terms of when you play Sub-Zero, you always want the person to be in the corner, because that's where Sub-Zero plays his best. When you're in the corner, Sub-Zero... Sorry, when you're in the corner, let's get knocked down again. Sub-Zero has so many good opportunities right here to mix up the opponent. And also to outzone him, because when Sub-Zero's in the corner, you know, Ice Clone right there, your opponent can't do anything. Your opponent can't jump at that point. If I Ice Clone right here when your opponent's in the corner, your opponent can't jump. So this is like a lot of characters like Tom Brady. Tom Brady likes to do. Yeah, look at that. Your opponent can't jump, and your character is safe. Your character is almost safe. Your opponent can't. Oh god! Why did I push you out of the corner? One hit, you're almost into the corner already. Like, your opponent can't jump at you, and your opponent can't really hit you, because if your opponent starts a combo on you, most likely they're going to run into your clone. So your opponent at that point has to be on the defensive, and that puts Sub-Zero at a great advantage, because in terms of this, you can go in for a slide, and you're mostly safe. Because if you take a look at it, even if the opponent blocks... Even if the opponent blocks... Jesus Christ. What the hell? Huh? Sorry. Even if the opponent blocks, he can't punish you. Your opponent can't punish you, and he recovered. So that's the reason you always want to be... You want to play Sub-Zero in the corner, and that's the reason 2-1-4... I totally went off topic for a second, but that is the reason 2-1-4 is a great move for Sub-Zero, because it pushes the character into the corner. Now actually, as I'm talking about the corner, let's talk about Sub-Zero's corner game. In the next video, I'm going to talk about Sub-Zero's basic combos and strategies and everything else. I'll keep this short so people could actually watch a few videos and be done with this. Okay, so corner combos with Sub-Zero. As I said before, Ice Clone, best way. Character is stuck in the corner, you can pressure them with anything else. Most likely they're not going to be able to do anything unless they have a teleport or they have something that will go through his Ice Clone. Most likely nothing will go through his Ice Clone. If they have projectiles, they might throw projectiles. If they have something that that'll get him out of, like Noob Saibot has a teleport Raiden, Ermac can probably force push you, but in other terms, then these characters, like, they really don't have much good options that they can do. And it leaves you into the opportunity where you can actually go in and get some free punishes, like, you know, force them to block, force them not to block, and really test their blocking skills on the defensive. Now this is like Street Fighter, you know, the characters in the corner, it's harder for them to play, so same thing. That's why Sub-Zero likes to push people into the corner. Sub-Zero's game is playing the corner game against other players, keeping them on the defensive. Okay, so this is going to conclude for this first video, Sub-Zero Basics number 1. Check out Sub-Zero's Basic number 2, and I'm going to go over some combos, some strategies, other strategies they can do with Sub-Zero, and anything else that you might want to know of Sub-Zero. Yeah, check out video number 2, check out my website for more Sub-Zero postings too. Thanks for watching, check back for part 2.